The other rallies around town had quite this attendance level. In any case, thanks to all of you for coming. Welcome. My name is Wayne Terhune. I'm a regional coordinator for the Ron Paul campaign here in Reno. I am a doctor, but I think you guys have the wrong doctor. Anyway, as I look through this crowd, I see a lot of familiar faces, and I want to take this opportunity to thank all of our volunteers. You guys have been working very, very hard for the past several months. Just have really been impressed with your dedication. So I want to say thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause. And you are the people on the ground here in Nevada that are making a difference in this state. But as you know, our work's not done. Day after tomorrow, February 4th, we have our caucus here in Nevada. And it's important that all of us go and caucus for Dr. Paul. Go, vote for Dr. Paul, and become a delegate for Dr. Paul. As you know, the vote this time is binding. So a lot of national delegates will be won and lost on Saturday. And we have a chance here in Nevada to really set things for a good momentum and sailing strong into the rest of the primary and caucus votes around this country. And so we need to do that. There's a lot on the line this time.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys, the patriots on the ground. As you know, the vote this time is binding. So say, for instance, if Dr. Paul only gets 60% on Saturday, that means that 60% of the delegates from this state to the National Convention in Tampa, Florida will have to vote for Ron Paul the first time around. So obviously, we need to get as many people out as we can and voting and caucusing. It's kind of a convoluted, complicated process.
Maybe we could pay some illegal aliens.
But if you need any help with it, we will be giving caucus trainings tomorrow. We have a table out in the outer room, and stop in if you're from Nevada and you're not in our database, or if you want some help learning the caucus procedures, then please stop in and we'll get you up and going and good to go. So again, it's very critical that we go out and do this. You can't stop now, and you can't wait till November to vote for Dr. Paul. Saturday is our D-Day. Okay, so now it's my privilege and great honor to introduce to you the only candidate who can save our republic, the only candidate who has more donations from active military than all the other candidates combined.
Yeah!
So I guess the troops approve of Ron Paul's foreign policy. And come November, Ron Paul is the only candidate that can beat Obama.
Yes!
Ron Paul has been standing tall for our freedoms for over 30 years. He's a champion of the Constitution, so please give a warm welcome to Congressman Ron Paul.
Sounds like the revolution is alive and well. Thank you. I'd like to introduce my wife, Carol.
Woohoo! Go Carol!
Hi, Carol! We have 2 granddaughters, Lisa and Linda, who were at least disappeared too. But anyway, we have 18 grandchildren. 2 of them showed up. But anyway, thank you very much for coming. And is everybody going to vote? I think if everybody voted in this room, we're going to win.
Woo!
It is great. This is a great state because guess what? There's a lot of people here that really like freedom. And to me, that's what it's all about, is understanding what liberty really means and why it's an individual matter. It's not a group matter. It's not a collective issue. It's an individual issue. And we have to understand that liberty comes to us in a natural or God-given way. And each and every one of us gets the chance to use our liberty as we see fit. And that's what's so wonderful about it. You know, a lot of times we're challenged, with our strong beliefs, and they dismiss us and they say, well, it's impractical. You're too much of an idealist. You have to compromise in order to get along. And I think compromising is sort of like selling out. The other thing is, why that's such a foolish argument, it comes up way short, because idealism is something, everybody has ideals. It's just that they disagree with our ideas versus theirs. Everybody's idealistic. The question is, who has the right ideas versus the wrong ideas? That's what really matters. Unfortunately, I think we have drifted in this country away from the right ideas. I think we were started in the right directions, had a lot of great ideas. We emphasized individual liberty and property rights. And there was a time when we actually even believed in sound money, a while back. But in the last 100 years, I would say we've gone in the wrong directions. We gradually have had our freedoms eroded. We've adopted a foreign policy, really more recently in the last several decades, of a policy that has given us nothing but grief. And that is a policy of military intervention in other countries for not very many good reasons at all. And I think we need to change our foreign policy and bring our troops home. And the wonderful part about a change in foreign policy, first thing, it would save a lot of money. We spent $4 trillion these last 10 years running up the debt, fighting wars that we shouldn't be fighting. But just to think of how many lives we would save if we would only go to war, if the war is declared, if we have to fight it, win it, and get them over with. Woo! Woo-hoo!